Lamberton. Disappears underneath the steamed up plexi. But so we are underway, and when we get our first stopping car, we'll introduce my co-commentators, plural. We have two, and also a special message which we will relay as good control by the Diamonds as they take the puck behind the back of the net. In the offensive zone, so cycling the puck round as this go right sends it off the top of the plexi. It will be collected by the Diamonds. And Millie Fulborn making her elite debut with the Diamonds on a two-way from the Sheffield Shadows as Helen Emerson gets the puck caught underneath the stick there, battle up along the boards. As we finally get a stoppage. It's 2 minutes played, but I do know that the Beacons want me to relay this message. The Beacons want to say hi and we miss you to our wonderfully brave teammate Maya. Maya has recently been diagnosed with leukemia and is receiving treatment in hospital. This news was very out of the blue for Maya, her family and everyone at the Beacons. We hope you can join us in wishing Maya all of the best wishes and positivity while she goes from being our star prospect to temporary top fan. We will be doing an ongoing collection for Teenage Cancer Trust, who have been nothing short of incredible for Maya and her family during this time. Please give what you can and keep your eyes open for fundraising events soon. So Maya, hope you are tuning in and watching this, and we wish you all the best and hopefully see you soon. Caitlin Morrison will carry it up along the boards. Michelle Wright sends it across, and Seville gets a touch on it. Vicky Smith will control as she's partnering Caitlin Morrison on the blue line. Clara Ashton will control deep in her zone here. She carries forward in the middle of a line change here. So the puck changing possession. Heidi Dunn doing a good job back there. Shot from the point. Jazz Little, who player of the game I seem to remember on our last visit here at the end of last season. Goes across ice, it'll come back off the boards. Katie Marsden will gather. GB International and #1 scorer for the Diamonds. And Abby Coulshaw has that honour for the Beacons last season. The pair of them both hitting 30 points. Only Solihull's Jodie Alderson-Smith scored more as the puck's up along the boards. Caitlin Stock sends it across. Jay Cheeto, who clears. Puck comes back into play, and Katie Marsden will cut through the neutral zone and will dump in. That will give me an opportunity to introduce my co-commentators. Carl Wood, who most people will have heard many times before, and Connor Medley. So thanks, guys, for joining us. Early thoughts so far, Carl?
Well, I'm just glad to be back watching hockey again. Great to be at the rink.
It certainly is. And Connor, first game of the season?
First game of the season, probably many more to come when I get dragged here by the other half. But nevertheless, I always enjoy being at an ice rink, even though I don't play anymore. But it makes me kind of want to get my boots on.
It does have an effect, doesn't it, for those not in the know. Connor's other half is indeed the Beacons goalie, Sam Bolwell. As the puck goes into a corner, we work back out. Fierce cutback that went through the crease and comes back into play. Abby Coulshaw will gather up on this near side. Cuts through the high slot. There's a shot off and it pinged the pipes there, but a fierce drive that one, wasn't it, Carl?
Oh, absolutely. She knew where she wanted to put it, and just off that crossbar, almost in, but that's it. Get your shots when you can. Something good will happen.
Indeed, as Emma Lamberton making her elite debut from North Ayr in Scotland, and one of the GB Under-18 internationals, plays on Ruby Newland's line for club and country now, as Georgia Ashton's sprawling there to make a save, but good pressure out by the Beacons early on there, Colin.
Very good pressure, but I seem to think that the in front of the slot there, they need a bit more composure and a bit more knowing of where they need to be and spread out a bit more. They're all rushing to the puck to get it, but if they position themselves better, the keeper's committing very quickly to that puck. So if there's a person on the other side of the slot, there's an easy pass across and there's an easy goal there.
Yep, as we're back underway, Caitlin Morrison will control. These two sides matched up quite nicely last season, got 2 wins apiece. Wasn't much separating them at all. As Becky Castlewood collects the puck into the corner. Back out, shot comes in, it's Ruby Newlands with the goal. And the Beacons get on the scoreboard first then. Becky Castlewood to Ruby Newlands. Like your thoughts on that goal, Carl?
I was going to say, it didn't look like a lot of communication, but instinctively they kind of knew where to go. And it was just that pin in the corner set that play up. One player kind of in the face-off dot and the player going to the net. And it's like 1, 2, 3 and in the net. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it is a sort of formidable scorer yourself, Connor, and for Bradford last season. You'll probably appreciate that finish.
Yeah, good finish. Stretch the keeper across, finish it on the backhand. And after watching Ruby last year, saw very good things from her last year. She can actually move the puck really well and finish it when she wants to, and that's just a bit of proof in the pudding there, getting on the board under 5 minutes in already.
Absolutely, as the Diamonds look to counter. Very fast pass across the face of goal. Clara Ashton even will cycle it back round. Good hands from Katie Marsden. Emily Luck keeping her at arm's length, and then collected on the doorstep by Casey Trail, who cuts back and will carry the puck out strong as she's put under pressure. Emily Luck will continue to dart forward, sends the puck into the corner. Amanda McWilliams will chase after it. Tangle up behind the boards. Jazz Little working her away, and then Caitlin Stocks fires through traffic. It's charged down and turned aside. Katie Marsden on that far side will enter the zone, comes back out. Grace Cooper will spot that and carry and protect the puck and work it back. Mia Forbes putting the Beacons under pressure. She steals it back and enters the zone. Good play from her. Shots charged down, comes back to Helen Emerson, who works it across. And then a big scramble in front of the net. A couple of big rebounds, but Sam Bolwell doing well to turn it aside. Action beyond the back of the net from Gretzky's office. Nice play there by Danny Newlove to set up the play and turned aside. Danny will go into a corner with Caitlin Stocks. Those two battle in there by the public skating entrance. And there's a couple of players in there from each side now. It's going to tie things up. And still the puck's not, well, presumably is moving. It has come loose now. It's worked free by Mia Forbes. Good work from her. Puck comes across rink wide. The Diamonds to regather. The strong start by both sides. Some fast-paced hockey for you as Abby Coulshaw will advance. Fishbell right all over her like a cheap suit there, but Abby able to still advance into the offensive zone, but the Diamonds will regather it in the corner. Look to counter the other way, right, with the rink-wide pass will set Melissa Veal away. It's cleared away by Vicky Smith. And now Caitlin Morrison, who will check back, but some settled lines here early on from both sides. Veal will work it back. So Kate Taylor, shot coming in from B. Less, it's blocked and charged down by Abby Coulshaw. Will get a whistle on the play. That one's covered up, but frantic start there, and we'll get a face-off in the offensive zone for the Diamonds. And looks like the Beacon's second line's going to come back out then, led by Becky Castlewood. Slight delay, and puck's dropped and we're back underway once again. Becky Castlewood getting out muscled by Katie Marsden, banked in, and that's the equaliser. But good hustle play really, which came from Katie Marsden.
That was fantastic. I mean, that worked down below the net there, and then it shot up in the air, and then it hit it from out of the air and into the net. That was incredible. Well done. Cool.
Katie Marsden, one of the top players in the game, and you can see why.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cracking hand-eye coordination there, but I think that's just a wake-up call for the Beacons, just to say if the puck's in the low zone or near the slot, get it out of there, because that is what happens.
Absolutely, as we're back underway then. So, I said there's nothing much separating these two sides, and that has been the case so far. And they'll go again as it's collected by Grace Cooper, who had a standout season for the Diamonds last year. Lizzie Saunders, who did likewise, got a call up for GB and scored in the World Championships against Latvia, and with an assist from our very own Steph Towns. Carried out by Casey Trell. Nice drop of her shoulder. She darts down these left wing boards. Ring wide pass will go over to Ruby Newlands, put under pressure by Danny Newland, and she'll have to protect the puck. Those two know each other well, of course, from the Diamonds B team, who play in Div 1, as Abby Coolshaw will control. Comes off the heel of the stick. It's Clara Ashton who got the goal, but number 14, Katie Marsland, with the assist. Control behind the back of the net, as the Diamonds will keep hold of possession. Beacon's doing a good job though on the forecheck, keeping the pressure on. And action goes into the corner. Plexi is steamed up somewhat, as you can imagine this time of year. I'll say it's warmer weather. It's been pretty cold on Tyneside today. Shot comes in, kick save from Jay Cheetah it was from the point. Now Abby Coolshaw fires, and another pad save. Blasted it straight at Georgia Ashton. Diamonds looking to get the breakout, but Coolshaw quick as a flash. Works it back, keeps it inside the zone, gets a return pass from Steph Towns, and then just comes off the stick of Claire Turnbull then. But again, a good response by the Beacons this call.
Yeah, when they've got control of that puck inside the zone, I mean, they're hustling in those difficult areas, but they've got support and they're able to get those passes up. So it's creating shots on net and opportunities, and that's what you got to do.
That's it indeed, as Bishbel right with the draw. I'll work it out and push out now the Diamonds, which is essentially their third line, with Kate Taylor out there and Melissa Veal. Will bring a lot of energy and speed to this line for the Diamonds. Obviously a slightly different look to last season. They've lost two experienced players on the blue line, and Bethia Schoon and Holly Cornford, the captain. Holly's actually signed with Guildford for this season. And Beth, who's obviously been based in Scotland for most of her life, is back with Caledonia. As the shot comes in, charge down, and then Diamonds will clear only as far as the bench, where Ruby Newlands has it tied up. Comes back to Caitlin Morrison at centre red. Takes her time before releasing the pass to Ruby Newlands, but runs into some traffic. Just outnumbered there, but good play by the Diamonds, and then Katie Marsden, who's looked very sharp early on. Very focused in the corner now, and there's two from each side in there. In fact, there's three Beacons players in there. I think there's one slightly screened through the mist, but nobody wanting to give up on that play just yet. Jazz Little fires through traffic, comes back in, and a nice taking by Sam Balwell, Carl, and again, Diamonds applying the pressure.
Yeah, they're applying the pressure. I mean, they won that battle in the corner where they were outnumbered, got the pass up to the point with a big shot, but you could see that Sam read that all the way, because her tank came out so quick and picked that up. Good eyes on her.
But indeed, as that comes loose, Beacons will pounce on it with Ruby Newlands. Just coming loose again. Danny Nealov again working it free, and Mia Forbes. That's going to be the third member of that line who will get the shot off, Millie Fulborn. And this has the potential to be an exciting line for the Diamonds this season. Plenty of talent and goal scoring ability on there as well. But Mia's going to take the draw, but they're going to switch it to the other side. And back underway then. Becky Castlewood just able to get it away, and then Mia Forbes backhand pass to Millie Fulborn. It's a high shot, nice work move though, and now the Beacons will counter Ruby Newlands. Jazz Little comes in there like a wrecking ball there to stop that breakout before it even happened. It's cleared and comes back in. Grace Cooper will have the time to collect off the board. 7:20 remaining in this opening period. It's tied at 1. And the puck comes loose to Jade Cheetah, who sends it across to Caitlin Stocks, who is eventually able to get it away. The puck just sticking on her a little bit there on the ice. But, the 2 improvements since last season. A new scoreboard here, new nets as well, which is nice to see. Jade Cheetah's got the time to there. This is her Beacons debut, having not played hockey for a few years, been part of the off-ice team for GB. And that will be covered up by Sam Bowler. We'll get the face-off in the Beacon zone. But good end-to-end action here, Connor.
Yeah, good end-to-end action. That shot were a bit of a rocket to Sam's head then. The Dean really need to stop screening her shots, because as much as they're trying to help out in front, they're taking her eyes away, and when the puck's jumping out into the high slot or to the point men, they can just rocket that shot and that can go anywhere. Sam has got no eyes whatsoever. As much as they're trying to do the job there, but they really need to get their heads up and see what they're taking away and what they're bringing from that. But it's good hustle in the corners from Amir at the moment, and they just need to be making sure that they can get those breakout passes out and get the puck out of the zone as quickly as possible, because Kingston are putting a lot of pressure on now.
Certainly are. That one was coming in from Gemma Wallace, just helped on its way by Sam Barwell's blocker. And then away with the stick that time. Abby Coulshaw in there to help out. Good battle between her and Katie Marsden in the corner now. Puck has spent a lot of time in there in this first period.
Concrete on the floor. No ice there.
It's the concrete on the floor, Connor was saying. It's I wouldn't doubt it. As B. Lester comes across. And again, it's drawn into that corner. It's worked back out by the Diamonds, and Mia Forbes just got a touch on it, but Steph Towns will carry forward. Shrugs off the challenge. That's a good question, Connor, saying it. How's that not holding? Definitely seemed like that was she was impeded there, Steph, as she went forward. But I mean, you got a good look at that, Connor. You feel that should have been a penalty?
Oh, the zebra really needs to start calling those, because if they carry on, it's just not going to be right for the game. That is stick wrap round. She might as well be giving her a cuddle and taking her out for tea tonight.
Indeed. Brandon Newland with a draw comes back to Ruby Newland, who fired that nets off. I think Gemma's worked it back on, and then it's in for the home. Ruby Newlands with the quick hands, and I think it was Becky Castor-Wood at the back post, was it not, Carl?
Yeah, she saw the opening there, and she was just the right place at the right time. But those hands on Ruby to keep control of that, and then to find the extra player for the shot, fantastic. Yeah, they're working well together already. These three are in the full line, actually.
We'll have to call it the Caledonian line, won't we? All three are Scottish players who also are or have been GB internationals at one stage. So we get ready for the restart there. Hook up along the Zamboni entrance. We'll get a face-off. One of the officials is Claire Wilson, who plays for Beacons under 16s and B team. A little over 5 minutes to go in this opening period then, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Beacons. Well, we got this stoppage. Connor, obviously from your time at Bradford, you were teammates with Abby Coulshaw. So what was she like as a teammate?
Ferocious. She's I always used to call her a little Jack Russell, because even though she's not got the size of the men she were playing against, she would stop at their ankles and put a bit between her teeth and make sure that puck were hers. And it was good to see for a girl playing in a men's league that she wasn't scared at all, and she really gave them what for at times. And she's just really good at working the corners, especially in this game now, where she's proving that as well. But her capabilities and her talent as well does come to shine through in this, especially.
Yeah, it's very true. It's good to hear. I know she was well respected. Well, still is. Still plays for the Bulldogs, of course, and I know how much she's appreciated there. 4.5 minutes to go in this period then. As Coulshaw works it across, rink wide. Casey Trail forward about the slap shot and then fakes, but it's worked clear by the Diamonds. Back into the corner. Helen Emerson, quick look over her shoulder. Gets it away to Melissa Veal on that far side. Claire Turnbull, who's been promoted to centre on the top line now, as Coolshaw's brought tumbling down. Hardy Dunn, who's composed and has time to get it away. I say, only recently turned 14, but this is her senior debut, and it's been a positive start from the youngster already. Puck goes back towards it. Oh, it's back in. And just like that, the Diamonds tie it up once again. Clinical finish in there. And Katie Marsden at the heart of it once more, Carl.
Well, some miscues there, and I mean, I think they were a little bit over-ambitious with what they wanted to do with that puck, and just in that neutral zone. Steph tried to do a little inside-outside and just didn't quite get it to the outside. Got beat on that, and then it kind of had the defense hemmed inside, and then it just kind of fell apart from there.
Yeah, and the Diamonds weren't behind for very long. But it's been a very interesting, well, not quite 20 minutes of hockey so far, is it? A little over 16 has been played, but we've had a lot of action for you in that time. Puck goes into the corner. Beacons creating an odd number in the corner, forcing the turnover. And Bobby Newlands gets it away. Up along the boards, comes back through the miss, and then shot from Emma Lamberton from the high slot. Will draw a save from Georgia Ashton, but an offensive zone face-off for the Beacons then. With 3:09 to go in the period. Diamonds look like they got their second line out there. It's going to be the Beacons' third line. Jess Bridger, who's centering it, who should say is making her debut as well. Wee Jess, as she's known, having been finished top scorer for the Caledonia Steel Queens in Division 2 last season. She arrives on a two-way deal, which is going to benefit both the player herself and, of course, both clubs. We will have a very good player who knows how to put the puck in the net. Puck behind the back of the net, work back out, and London McWilliams tried to get it away, but she had Jazz Little right on her doorstep, who's developed into another fine defender over the last couple of years and not afraid to get stuck in. Really full born on the far side. Picked off by Vicky Smith. Banked off the boards and out with a little over 2 minutes left in the period. Helen Emerson, who's born in County Durham, started her career with Billingham, but had a stint with Whitley Bay, when they were known as the Squaws, and spent most of her senior career with the Diamonds. As Mia Forbes has stolen the puck, she's in. Can she finish? She can. Silly question. Mia Forbes does exactly what Mia Forbes always does, and scores.
That was a nice goal off the backhand there, top shelf as well. It was terrific. Unfortunately, it got Beacons a little bit flat-footed. It was one-on-one. She got it past the D, and away she went to the net. There's no question about a goal there.
I mean, Mia is the last person you really want to give time to, isn't she, Colin?
Yeah, her and Marsden, but I think there again, flat-footed, not paying attention. They need to really wake up a little bit, because if you're giving these players time, it's just going to be a shooting gallery. It's more of averages. If they have 10 shots, they're not just going to go in. So they really need to wake up. As much as they're going well, like on the counter now, they really need to wake up defensively and get that puck out of them, or stop trying things when you're last man back. You know, chip up the boards and out. Easy plays, simple hockey will win this game. Other than trying to be too complex, too much work with your hands. Use your feet more than your hands.
Yeah, nice little link up there by Abby Coolshaw. Just out of the reach of Steph Towns, but I think that was due to the good covering defending by the Diamonds. I think it was Katie Payton who lifted the stick, just prevented Steph from connecting on it. A minute to go for the Diamonds then, with their first lead of the game, having come from behind twice. It's been quite an exciting period of hockey, as I said before. As Lizzie Saunders tips into the zone, but Beacons will clear. Casey Trail's got time to control. She'll carry out and lead the rush with 38 seconds to go. Katie Marsden there getting the stick on it. They're saying that's offside, but you're not convinced, are you, Connor?
No, there's been many a time when I've said the same thing. No, I don't believe sometimes that referees call the right call when it's offside. And I think the gentleman there stood with the puck could do with a trip to spectators. Never offside. Puck went in first, 100%.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, as Becky Castle looks to take the draw and will dump in. Gemma Wallace will control with a quick look over her shoulder. 28 seconds left in the period. Controlled by Caitlin Stocks. Banked off the boards. And controlled by Jay Cheetah on the far side, put under some pressure over. Doubled up on her. It's Katie Marsden and Izzy Saunders over there. For the final seconds ticking down, Ruby Newlands and Mia Forbes also trying to clear the puck. That will do it then. Well, a great 20 minutes of hockey, 5 goals, lead changing hands as well. But I mean, that period, it was entertaining to watch.
Absolutely, for the first game of the season. I mean, this is anybody's game right now, and it's end to end for both teams. So it's 2 more periods to go, and anything can happen. So we'll see.
Thoughts on that first period, Connor?
Exciting. 5 goals in not so many minutes, so it's one of those. Both teams are playing well, but there's areas of both teams that need to brush up on to stop the other team from scoring. But I think Beacons just need to have a bit of a break now. This will obviously hopefully break the momentum of Kingston, and they really need to start composing themselves a bit better and just go back to simple play, simple hockey, and make sure that the passes are going to tape, which is the main thing that was that period there, because as much as there was some clinical stuff in front of the net, in the D zone especially, there's a bit of a scruffy passing or a bit of loose pucks here, and they're not quite getting to the 50-50s as quick as they should be. But again, Kingston, they've got some fast skaters and they're jumping onto those 50-50s, which is then giving them more ideas and more creativity, and then giving them more time on the puck to be able to make nice plays like we've seen them do.
Yeah, very true. Well, we'll be back in a couple of minutes' time, so please don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Hillheads then, as we currently have a 3-2 lead to the Kingston Diamonds. But looking at the shot clock there, Carl, 18 to 10, it shows that the Beacons have perhaps generated the more opportunities.
Yeah, and I think those shots that the Diamonds have, it's just kind of been errant passes trying to clear the zone that they've been able to intercept. So if they can reduce that a bit, it'll help them a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. As the puck's over on the far side, it's worked back free by Lizzie Saunders and forward onto the path of CJ Ashton, Clara Ashton, as she's known. As Coolshaw couldn't quite carry through. Good defending by Grace Cooper to strip her of the puck. Back with Cooper, who got the Defensive All-Star Award at the playoffs back in June for Division 1. That will show you the sort of season she had last time out. But perhaps that's one of the positives, really, is despite losing some of their experienced team, you've got good youngsters. And I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Carl. Number 36, Grace Cooper, she's always seems to play well whenever I've seen her.
Yeah, she's not overly concerned about the puck. She's playing a good position, covering the player coming in. And that's the key to being a good D. You read the play on the ice, and then, you take the path of travel that player wants to follow, and you'll have them every time. And so far, that's what she's doing, and she's able to pick up the errant passes as well. So she's doing really well.
Yeah, she is. Shots blocked by Millie Fulbourn, just about kept inside by her former Shadows teammate, Caitlin Stocks. And Danny Newlove will carry forward, but outnumbered on that far side. Becky Castor-Wood forcing her to turn over. And the puck in front of the Zamboni entrance now comes back loose with Millie Fulbourn in control. Just delays before entering. And now will go in, but again has two players on her. Good defending by Emma Lamberton, one of her GB18 teammates. And then Becky Castor-Wood finding the space to get the puck away. Mia Forbes will collect, who was covering off on the blue line there. One of her teammates had a position. And then back to Jay Cheeto, Emma Lamberton even, to Caitlin Stocks over onto the far side to Jay Cheeto this time, who gets it up the boards, comes back out, Jade's onto it, and will dump that one in, will allow Ruby Newlands to chase after, and Danny Newlove will bank it off the boards. Amanda McWilliams carries in, lays it off to Ruby Newlands. They've mixed the lines up a little bit here. Still with Ruby, took a shot from an almost impossible angle there, but then again, if anyone could make that move work, it's Ruby. Into the corner. And controlled by Caitlin Morrison. Works it back, nice backhanded pass to Emily Luck. The puck just getting caught under her feet, but she can get it away. And then Mia Forbes will look to clear. As far as Vicky Smith, but put under pressure by Millie Fulbourn, who's closed down the ice pretty quick there. Did a good job of stealing the puck back for her side. Gets the shot off, or it took a deflection off a high stick. And controlled by Amanda McWilliams. Takes an unlucky bounce though off her Diamond's foot, keeps it inside the zone, and then Caitlin Morrison looking to get it away this time. Puck comes back out. It'll be gathered by Morrison once again, and she will dart up the ice. It's a 2-on-1. She'll go it herself, and it stung the palm or possibly the fingertips there of Georgia Ashton as the puck went through the glove. Desperately trying to scramble it away, but the Beacons trying to set up camp in the offensive zone. But as I say, about the Diamonds very swiftly get it away. And Kate Taylor, one of their former junior players who switched allegiance a couple of years ago. Puck goes into the corner. And then worked back out by the by the Beacons even, as they will advance. Grace Cooper will drop back. She's got time, but Abby Coulshaw puts under some pressure and forced a good turnover there, Abby, didn't she, Carl?
Well, that's what Abby does. She reads the play really well, and she'll get in the way and force them to make the mistake and intercept. So, you're going to sit pretty when she's on the scene.
Indeed, yeah. That's a nice composed clearance by Heidi Dunn. Away, Jazz Little comes in. Coulshaw's back onto it once more. And gets inside Clara Ashton in that corner, battling away. Works the passing option to Steph Towns, who shoots on the turn, net comes off. 15:32 left in the second period, but another good chance there by the Beacons. Almost out of nothing really.
Absolutely, and then it was just maintaining that control down in the corner. I mean, Abby was taking on two players, used her body as a screen to kind of protect the puck, and then found Steph coming through, and Steph did a quick pivot and shot, and right on net. That could have scored. That hey, it's on net, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, indeed. As that one is collected at the feet there of Gemma Wallace. Now Katie Marsden steals the puck. She's in behind, gets a shot off. Blocker save by Sam Bowler, who came up big there. Huge save. As that looks a certain goal. That'll be covered up by Sam Bowler. But I mean, what a save that was from Sam.
Absolutely. She saw that one coming, and she got that blocker hand right out and put it into the corner. That was fantastic, because that had some heat on it, that shot.
Yeah, I mean, especially when she was in on low, one-on-one, you'd 9 times out of 10 you'd probably back Katie Marsden, but then she didn't always come up against the caliber of a goaldie of Sam Bowler, did she?
Well, that's it. And Sam's a confident player, so I'm sure she enjoys the one-on-one challenges there. In her mind, she's saying, "No, you're not. You're not going anywhere."
Those two were teammates a couple of years ago when Sam was in goal for the Diamonds. So I'm sure they know each other well from training. Shot comes in, big rebound and away. Only as far as Helen Emerson, who dump it back into a corner. Mia Forbes onto it into a flash. Scored an insane amount of goals last season across 3 teams: the elite team, the Div 1 team, and the Div in the 16s as well. Puck's tied up along the boards. Up along the near side, collected at centre red, and Helen Anderson gets it away. Collected by the Beacons though, and it will be with Ruby Newlands, who's got some space to work with. Nice little deep to work some space, and again as she cuts back inside, pass off the backhand to try and find Emma Lamberton. Puck comes loose, but Ruby's back onto it once more, and she'll go again. Puck over the ice, almost opening up for her, but experienced head there of Helen Emerson, able to defend well and push the Beacons back. 6 minutes played in this second period. It's still a 3-2 lead for the Diamonds. Helen Emerson collects and then dumped into a corner. Jay Cheeto will play it away towards Emma Lamberton. Collected by Kate Taylor, who fires back in. Vicky Smith will control. And it comes to Claire Turnbull. So Beacon's able to ice what's a strong team. 3 lines, 3 deep pairings, but players missing who can come back into a team. Danielle Turnbull and Rachel Stockdale to name but 2. But some positive debuts out there so far. Puck comes in, backhanded shot, just floats into a glove. A routine save in the end for Sam, but it was a nice little shot there for the backhand.
It was, but again, that shot came from not being marked. There's plenty of people in the slot there, and they need to talk to each other. Someone get a man, stick with your man, or if you're moving from man to man, let the other player know, because there again, and maybe not necessarily a hard shot there or a well-placed shot, but nevertheless a shot on net is a chance at a goal, but they shouldn't be happening. They need to be making sure that they're picking up those loose pucks, or even picking up the men that they're going to.
Yeah, there's Grace Coop. Yeah, Grace. We'll forgive you for that one, because you are used to playing men's hockey. As that one goes in the corner, and it's Casey Trail who works it back out. That's cleared by Heidi Dunn. Ashton it is who works it back into the corner. Diamonds making a slight change, but it's picked off by Steph Towns. She's got time. She'll loft it forward to Abby Coulshaw. Almost shipped it, but and then she's been clattered into the boards. I would assume that's going to be a penalty.
She's found a whistle. She knows where it is. Sounded like she was recalling her dog there, but there we go. She's got it. But those calls need to be made, but she can't be missing the other ones where she a few might be discriminated or anything. That's in plain sight. She's called it, so then hopefully now that opens the floodgates of what actually happens when it's on the puck or when things are on the boards. Stuff's getting missed, like we've seen several bits where both teams should have been guilty of a call. But I like the way she's making the game rolling. It's tit for tat, but again, bits like that do need calls.
Yeah, as Steph Towns works it back, the Beacons had arguably the best power play unit in the league last season. They'll have to do without Louise Adams on this occasion, though. She hasn't returned, but it's a pretty formidable lineup out there all the same, with Abby Coulshaw, Steph Towns, Casey Trail, Caitlin Morrison and Ruby Newlands, all GB internationals. Shot comes in off the near side. I thought it was close. I have given it with a bit of a confusion, and the goal light comes on. Well, talk us through that if we can, Carl.
Well, that's an awkward one. I mean, it's just a goalie losing control there, but I mean, it was great that Beacon's got that shot on net. I mean, anything can happen, right? And that's it. They had the wherewithal to get the shot off, and now we're looking at a tied game. Well done.
Yeah, 24 seconds elapsed on that penalty then, so Beacon's making light work of that. But they all count, and that shot coming in off that left wing side is what troubled Georgia Ashton. Might have just crept under the blocker with a pad. Millie Fulbourn ushers it back, but Ruby Newton steals back in. Looking for the attempted wraparound perhaps, but in the end just crowded out with blue shirts. Mia Forbes in there as well. Diamond's missing some players as well. No Lydia Lutwich today, by the looks of it. I've just noticed, and Lydia, one of the more prominent players on their team, and fantastic young talent. Becky Castor-Wood, who sent it out wide. Emma Lamberton, who really got a powerful shot off there, almost Phil Kessel-esque as she got up on one foot and unleashed a driving effort on goal. You like that one, Carl, didn't you?
I like that one very much. Well observed.
Yeah, the control behind the back of the net. Emma Lamberton once again, again the net looks like it's coming off. It's I'd suggest it's maybe the holes in the ice rather than the new nets themselves. It's but there have been come off a couple of occasions. It's cleared. Nice pass to Mia Forbes, who can carry in. Well defended though by Caitlin Morrison, who got both feet onto that one and just made sure she didn't advance. But it's still with the Diamonds. They'll enter again with Millie Fulbourn, but again Caitlin Morrison doing a stellar job back there as we approach the midpoint of the game. Drop pass, it's pounced on by Mia Forbes, but now the Beacons will look to clear out wide to Becky Castor-Wood, who finds Steph Towns and uses the blades to get it onto her stick, but again outnumbered then. It was a 3-against-2 in Diamond's favour, and it's the whole base side who come out with it as Vicky Smith banks it off the boards. Only as far as Millie Fulbourn. It's collected by Heidi Dunn and the Beacons, who will get it away, and then their turn ball, try to set it up back post. Oh, it almost got put home there, and the follow-up just stabbed wide as the net's sliding all around the goal line here. I think that's the problem, is the goalie stick stuck on the netting, and we do get a whistle. But I mean, that was frantic stuff there, wasn't it?
That was exciting hockey right there. I mean, there was some opportunities waiting to happen, but I mean, it was nice to see them in control of that puck. It's just the thought process of what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? It's happening so fast, and sometimes it's like you're not thinking of that second option. But well done, face off in the zone and look in control.
Do indeed, yeah. As it's the Diamonds who will win the draw and usher it back by Clara Ashton, who took the face-off for the Diamonds. Welcome to any of the Diamonds fans listening in to us from Humberside. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Of course, these two sides will meet again next week down in Hull. Marsden to Saunders, and then Sam Bolwell makes a save, and again, nice save for Sam, as again the Diamonds almost catching the Beacons on a break.
Yeah, they were cashing it straight to the bank there, because again, a bit of a loose puck in the just outside of their defensive zone. Jumped on it, lucky bounce. I was just saying then, once a team gets a lucky bounce, I feel as though that team has it for the rest of the game. So no matter what you do, that bounce is in their favour, and it seems to be going that way for the Kingston at the moment. Every bounce just seems to be going their way and going in their favour against the Beacons, and to be honest with you, it's going to be like that for the rest of the game, which is really unfortunate. But good save from Sam, well tracked from the puck there.
As Diamond steal the puck back in the neutral zone, it was Kate Taylor who sets the puck away. Katie Paynton, I should say, who set it up. Oh, that was taken in mid-air by Abby Coulshaw, but I mean, there's no end to Abby's skill, as we've seen often enough over the years. Abby does get a touch on that stretch pass, but couldn't quite control it towards Steph Towns. Now it's with Becky Casterwood, and the Beacons have, shaken the lines up a little bit and gone with experience. I think they might have been just in the middle of a line change, so scratch that, as they have gone back to the normal Becky Casterwood line with Ruby Newlands and Emma Lamberton. And it's Ruby who works it back to Caitlin Morrison. Ruby going again, and then working some space for herself. This unbelievable talent that is Ruby Newlands gets a shot off through traffic, forces Georgia Ashton into a kick save. Comes back to Vicky Smith, but it's cleared by Danny Newler. Ruby Newlands will pounce on it. Collected by Millie Fulbourn, and back to Ruby Newlands once again towards Helen Emerson, who gets it away. Now Mia Forbes has got time to race down the slot, but it's cleared away. Past the midpoint of the game, indeed, 7.5 minutes left in the period. It's a tied game at 3, as Emma Lamberton tries to work it out. Will just escape Becky Casterwood to Ruby Newlands, but picked off by Millie Fulbourn. Now Mia Forbes will skate in. That one looped up and hit the top of the goal and popped back into a very grateful glove of Sam Bowell there. But I mean, she just looked and saw it sail over her head, didn't she?
Oh, she was looking at it sailing over her head, and she was like, oh no, this is gone, this is gone. She was ready to head it over, and then it hit the top of the net. Somehow went onto a trampoline and then went back up in the air. I mean, she's got the reaction time of a cat there, catching that.
Yeah, she did ever so well. It could have caught her out, because I assumed that was going to loop over, but it just seemed to drop at the last minute. But she was able to make the save. A bit of a heavy fall to the ice there for Ishbel Wright, but good to see she's back up as Emily Luck will enter the zone, but good defending by Jazz Little, who cuts that one out. Comes back to a neutral zone. It's with Casey Trail, who's dumped back in, collected by Grace Cooper. Good work by Emily Luck there, who's hustling away. She's a really perfect member of this third line, who will work hard and bring some energy and look to break up the play, as she does that. Casey Trail getting held back there somewhat, having to shrug off the challenge. Nice poke check by Grace Cooper, breaks the play up, but Casey will get it back and then shot through traffic. Might even have gone through the legs of Jazz Little there, as it rose over the bar and then into the corner almost. It's collected by Emily Luck, works it back. Oh, it's in! What a shot and what a goal by Wee Jess Bridger on her Beacons debut. The Caledonia Steel Queens forward nets an absolute worldie on her Beacons debut.
Well, that was terrific. She was in the right place at the right time to receive that puck coming out of the corner. And the goalie didn't see that coming. There was people in her way, screening her all the way. And just getting that shot off was perfect. So, well done.
Yeah, a lot of credit as well to Emily Luck for the persistence there, who never gave up on that play.
Well, that's it. It's all about that forecheck, and she hemmed them in down low, won the battle, won the puck, and was able to put it to an open area where their player was the first one on the scene.
Yeah, we're back underway then. Back to Caitlin Stocks on the blue line. 6 minutes left in the period. Beacons now lead once again, 4-3. It's the first weekend of the Elite League season, and we've been treated to a great game of hockey so far. There's a second game of the day starting a little bit later on between Streatham and Guildford. I don't think that one's going to get streamed, but please do check out all the updates as they come in. It's been, to say, a great start to a campaign. 5 of the 6 teams in action, as that one just sails over a bar. Queen Bees make their seasonal debut next weekend. That one comes in, covered up by Sam, and well, good response by the Diamonds, who haven't given up that goal, have gone straight up the other end and already applying the pressure on the Beacons.
Yeah, they are. They've been doing it all game, really. They're making a chance when it's possible, when it's the right time, and they're just capitalising on the Beacons' mistakes, as are the Beacons to the Diamonds as well. So it's a tit for tat. It's really a game of now who's going to make the most mistakes and who can capitalise on the best ones, really.
Yep, absolutely. 5 minutes and change to go then in this second period. Millie Fulbourn working it back, beat Leicester. Couldn't get the shot off. Good work by Steph Towns to tie her up and usher her out the zone. As puck goes back towards Caitlin Stocks, who's got time and eases it past Millie Fulbourn. Only as far as Gemma Wallace, I think it was, coming through. Apologies, it's steamed up along the plexi. Always seems to be a problem around this time of year here at Whitley. As Jay Cheeto goes into the corner. Tied up there. 2 Diamonds players go in, but it's Millie Fulbourn who comes out with it. Gets a shot off and then collected by Abby Coulshaw, and then it's launched forward. Bounces inside, B. Leicester. Good work by Abby Coulshaw, but momentum just seemed to take her away from the puck on that. Well, it was just unfortunate, really, the way it landed, wasn't it?
It was, but I mean, that defense player took Abby's stick away from her. Now, Connor seems to think it might have been a hooking play there and potentially a call, but I mean, as a D player, when it's one-on-one, you know, either tie up the stick or take the body, and they did the right thing there.
Yeah, I thought it was well executed from a defensive point of view, but I suppose you can look at it both ways. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Inside the final 4 minutes of a period then, Vicky Smith, it's be cut out by Gemma Wallace. Becky Castle-Wood does well to keep it inside the zone, but then Millie trying to work it back out, and then Becky gets it back just out of her reach as Danny Newler put her under pressure. Mia Forbes winds one up from distance. Cannons back off the end boards and back into play then. 3:30 to go, and this second period is end-to-end action here as Becky Castle-Wood receives a nice pass from Emma Lamberton, tries to send it back with a reverse pass, and Caitlin Morrison doing well to pinch in on the play, and then it's cleared by Ishbel Wright. Oh, and then Beacon's player blowing a tyre, but it was an effort there by the Diamond, just sails over the top. The ice is degrading at this stage after 2 periods. I'm not sure if we are getting an ice cut between second and third. Yeah, we're hoping that we will. I think there's plenty of time to squeeze one in. I'm sure there's not been much in the way of stoppages, so I'm sure they will be able to fit one in. The men's team aren't here tonight, obviously, which is why the Beacons have the 5 p.m. face-off on a Sunday, which is good to have. Hockey night in Whitley Bay we have for you tonight. There's the puck over on that far side. Comes back towards Lizzie Saunders. Good battle there by Heidi Dunn, though. Wasn't going to give up on that and tied up what is a GB international in Lizzie Saunders, and then the puck comes back for Abby Coulshaw, banks it off Jazz Little and gets away. Kind of seems to think it was offside as they re-entered the zone, and that one shot in, deflection. Another big rebound comes back out. Abby Coulshaw, some quick hands to get that away, but I mean, yeah, that lightning quick reactions there, because that was almost put home.
Oh, that was. I didn't even see where that went, so I don't know how she did. But that were good reactions there. I seem to think that was suspiciously offside, but you know, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They can't see everything.
Well, I would have to see that one back again. It seemed to happen far too quick for me to catch up with, but we'll see it on the game back, I'm sure, when I watch it later on, as Danny Newler couldn't quite get the shot off. She just a little bit unbalanced, didn't have the weight on her foot there. She got the shot off, but she did recycle the puck all the same, and that's a good effort, and it forces Sam Bolwell into another save. But again, a lot of pressure coming in from the Diamonds right now.
A lot of pressure, definitely, but what's going on here for the Beacons is they're trying to clear these pucks to open areas, but they're just giving it away. I don't know if they're communicating out there. 2 shifts back, they had a chance to get it out of the zone and they didn't, but you could tell that the Beacons were tired, so the thought process wasn't working for them. They weren't communicating, and they're going to have to be careful with that, because it's going to bite them pretty quickly if they can't get control of it. So it's start talking and start looking for those open areas. Control there. Yeah,
that one comes in, and a quick thought on the play there by Heidi Dunn, where she's making a senior debut at 14, had Lizzie Saunders tied up, who's a GB international, but great defensive play.
Absolutely. Well, that's it. I mean, sometimes I think as a D player, if you could just play the one-on-one all game, you'll be all right, because you're not facing the other challenges with extra players and stuff like that. So I think one-on-one, she's fantastic, and definitely a benefit for the Beacons now.
Nice stretch pass to Ruby Newlands, who tries to turn inside Katie Payton, but the shot then coming through, cleared by Gemma Wallace, and then it's collected back by Caitlin Morris. A bit of a bad change there, but Newlands comes in, gets a shot off, nets off. Danny Newlove did a good job of just doing enough there to put her off, just as she was about to shoot.
Absolutely. Wow. That was lucky they didn't get called for too many men there. There was just a little bit of confusion, and unfortunately, when you're playing with the puck in front of your own bench, if you're not, aware of what's going on, you're going to get bit. But they managed to avoid it. Now they've got a face-off inside the zone. Regroup, reset, and they should be okay.
It's always more difficult, I guess, when it is the long defensive change. It can create a few more issues, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, again, it's that awareness and don't panic.
The long change is the worst, absolutely. In any game is the long change. You've got to skate more, you've got to be on the ball, be able to make sure that you're getting your Ds changed on the fly also. Forwards dropping back, D's coming forward to get that change, but especially when it comes up on the boards there, it's always a bit sketchy when, oh my God, there, oh, good save there from Bowl.
It really was. A couple of quick reaction saves then. A couple of kick saves off the pads as we were inside the final 28 seconds. Abby Coolshaw will race down the left wing side, cuts back inside, gets a shot off, but under pressure, but 14 seconds then left in the period. Nice work back by Claire Turnbull, but then persistence from Katie Marsden, gets a shot off, kick save, and I think that is going to be a hook. And I think that's one where Vicky Smith probably took one for her team there.
Yeah, Marsden had the pedals there, and a necessary thing. I've done it before in my life. You need to do those type of things, but let's just hope she didn't call a penalty shot, which I'm looking now. I don't think so. I don't think she's whistled it. We're all good. Oh no, she has.
I think she did have it under control, Katie, didn't she? So.
Control, and she still got the shot off, so therefore I don't think that should have been a penalty shot.
True, yeah. But Katie Marsden has been given the chance with a penalty shot then. 4 seconds left in the period. She did, yeah. So Katie Marsden then and Sam Bolwell dueling it out. And delays, but took it too far in the end, and Sam Bolwell just outwitted her.
Yeah, just outweighted her. She was cool, calm, collect, and was patient enough. And if you're not going to shoot within 12 feet of that net, you're probably not going to get it in unless you've got hands like I don't know. Him, Big Connor.
Yeah, difficult as well. It's so late after 2 full periods essentially been played on the ice. It's probably not the time you want to take a penalty shot either, is it?
No, absolutely not. The best thing you can do when the ice is cut up like that is drop your shoulder, move your head, get the keeper to commit to a side and just let her rock it go. Stick handling on this ice, it'd be like doing it in treacle. So there's just no need to start stick handling. I mean, she did really well controlling the puck. She moved it where she wanted it to go, but obviously Sam just read the shot, read the move, and put the pad down, and that were in game over. She covered that entire post. But again, when you're doing a penalty shot like this in this sort of conditions, the best thing to do, like I say, is just get that shot off, because stick handling again. You're a snowplow as well as a puck carrier, aren't you? So.
Yeah, well, we are going to get an ice cut, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back with you in around about 20 minutes' time, so please don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Hillheads then, as we currently have a 4-3 lead to the Beacons. Just before the game gets back underway, we want to read out a message that we did relay at the start of the game, but I think one or two of you may have not heard it, so we'll read it again because it is massively important to myself and to the club. The Beacons want to say hi and we miss you to our wonderfully brave teammate Maya. Maya has recently been diagnosed with leukemia and is receiving treatment in hospital. This news was very much out of the blue for Maya, her family and everyone at the Beacons. We hope you can join us in wishing Maya all of the best wishes and positivity while she goes from being our star prospect to temporary top fan. We will be doing an ongoing collection for Teenage Cancer Trust, who have been nothing short of incredible for Maya and her family during this time. Please give what you can and keep your eyes open for fundraising events soon. And our thoughts very much with Maya at this time. As we are now back underway then for the start of the third and final period for what promises to be another entertaining 20 minutes of hockey, Carl.
Yeah, this is it. Third period. It's always the most exciting period for me. So we'll see how well they pull it together and if they can hang on to the win or go ahead and get another, goal. We'll see. So far, so good.
Yeah, nice slick ice surface there, and the puck whipping across from one side to the other. It is. Yeah. Yes, there's movement there, which is so much better, and will only lend itself to what has been some quality, high-tempo hockey that we saw at the start of the game. And there's Grace Cooper on that far side. Well, Lizzie Saunders getting a touch on it, but Beacons with Becky Castlewood gets a piece of it, but couldn't quite get it under control, and it's dumped back in by the Diamonds. As Jay Cheeto will control. Goes with a stretch pass. It's picked off, though, by Millie Fulbourn. Still getting used to her in the Diamonds blue and green. Spent all of her career up till now with the Sheffield Shadows, although she did guest star for the Beacons about 15 months ago when they won the Sheffield Summer Tournament. So already helped the Beacons win a trophy in a relatively short career to date. As the puck is sent forward, it will be Becky Castlewood to chase after. On it's in! Fantastic tic-tac-toe goal. A wonderful layoff by Emma Lamberton, and it's stabbed home at the back post, Carl. That was a thing of beauty, wasn't it?
That was art right there, and the three of them actually worked so well together. Didn't back off on that forecheck, just kept hustling, forced a turnover, and second player picked that up while the other player going to the net. Hockey 101, go to the net.
Yeah. Bit of breathing space now for the Beacons, Connor.
Yeah, that was a hockey goal right there. That's what we like to see. I don't know they did in the change rooms. I don't know what they drank or what they've eaten, but they've certainly put some fire up the backsides, and they really have come out firing now. That was a good goal from them there.
Was indeed. So a 2-goal advantage to the Beacons now then, in what has been a tight and closely contested game so far, as Katie Marsden looks to get inside, gets the puck back under control and gets a shot off with that quick release on the acute angle on that far side, but it's cleared for collectively on the back of the net and taken into the corner. Just over 2 minutes played then in this third period. Becky Castlewood gets a secondary assist on that goal then, and Lizzie Saunders looking to get the shot off, but well controlled there by Jess Bridger, who got a stick onto that and will push out forward towards Clara Ashton. Couldn't quite get it under control. Vicky Smith will get it away, but this game has been exciting. You can't take your eyes off it one moment as Ishbel Wright will dump it in. Casey Trail will control and then works it into some space towards Abby Coulshaw, who will motor ahead of Grace Cooper. She's got time to finish and she'll score! Scratch my back with a hacksaw. It's Abby Coulshaw.
Wow. Control from the D. Read that play breaking out, made the pass, and just the wheels kept turning and driving to the net. And she found that opening over the goalie. Fantastic.
Yeah, what a breakout that was, and what a finish by your former teammate.
That is what we've been needing all game. A good defensive play, the D taking charge of the puck, the wingers swinging out wide, get control of the puck, suck some men in, get the puck wide, hard drive in, and then just tucked it right upstairs. Beautiful, beautiful goal.
Yeah, Beacon's leading goal scorer and point scorer from last season does it again then. 19 goals and 11 assists for 30 points. And once you got in behind, you would back your mortgage on Abby Coulshaw burying that puck, and she did exactly that. As calling out for offside. Yeah, we're not convinced that wasn't offside, but it's been given. It was. It looked a harsh call out, didn't it?
Yeah, it was offside. But I think Casey should have made that pass to Abby. Abby had the momentum, and she could have carried that momentum on, but she made her delay, unfortunately, and caused the offside. Oh well.
If I were the referee, I'd have not called offside on the pure basis of the absolute stretch and the splits and the commitment of that. I would have not given it offside, personally.
Yeah, it was a great attempt to stay onside, wasn't it? Puck dropped into a corner. Caitlin Stocks with a quick look over her shoulder. Just out of her reach there. Yeah, Diamonds play on the far side, did touch it, so it won't be icing. Helen Emerson comes across to collect up. Katie Marsden will collect, fends off Becky Castlewood, keeps her at arm's length as she will keep the puck under control. Gets past Ruby Newlands, puck on a string there as she works it into space. And then fending off the challenge and a shot from distance from B. Leicester. I think that hit her own player, didn't it, on the way through? And B, her former Milton Keynes Falcons player, this is her second season back with the Diamonds. She's had a previous stint a few years before that. Puck up along the boards. It's Emma Lamberton trying to work it free, but there's a couple of players from each side in there. Like those three Beacons players in the end, and now the battle continues behind the back of the net. But some good play there by Jay Cheeto. Just looked very composed on a Beacons debut as well. Former Elite League player, had 5 years experience with with Sheffield when they played in there, with Sheffield Shadows, and a couple of years with Solihull before that. As the puck comes back off the goal frame. Well defended by B. Leicester, who tussles with Abby Coulshaw. And it is the Milton Keynes born player who comes out with it. And the Diamonds will advance up the ice now with Millie Fulbourn. Fends off a challenge from Caitlin Morrison. Still Holding on to a puck, here is Millie. Across to Jazz Little, winds one up. It's blocked by Abby Coulshaw. And then Caitlin Morrison clears and it comes out the zone. Cushioned back by Grace Cooper. Abby Coulshaw almost stealing in there, but good work by Jazz Little. Still with the puck and works some space for herself. Will carry it in, gets a shot off from distance. It flashes wide with almost 6 minutes played in this third and final period. Over into the corner for Caitlin Morrison. She'll clear, just out of a reach of Grace Cooper, but that will allow the Beacons to enter the zone and charge down with speed. Over into that corner, it's Claire Turnbull out there in the corner. She's got a bit of support from Steph Towns as well coming in. Grace Cooper couldn't quite clear, the puck just bobbling on her a little bit there. And then worked up on this near side. It's with Steph Towns and now to Claire Turnbull, but some good stick work there from Danny Newlove, and it's turned into a great pass for Mia Forbes, but just ran out of real estate. Clearance by Sam, but it's charged down by Mia, but nice stretch pass there by Danny, wasn't it?
Definitely. I'm a little concerned here because I'm hoping that the Beacons aren't just kind of sitting back and trying to play it safe. They're a little bit lackadaisical here right now, and it's like you just don't want to sit on that lead. It's like keep playing the game you are playing, like Hannah was saying earlier. You know, they were doing all these things right, but now all of a sudden, because they've got that 3-point lead, it's like they're just sitting a little bit too comfortable. So they got to keep pushing.
Yeah, 13 minutes is a long time to hold on to that lead as well, isn't it? Against a side this good.
That's it, absolutely. You can't take your foot off at any time.
In the first period, didn't it? You take your foot off, they'll crucify you, which they did. They took the lead in the first period. So I think they need to, when they just came out, then it was like a different team. It's completely different. They have been doing that all game. Moving the puck well, they're skating. They're using the players on the ice rather than trying to just take it through the middle. They're using the width of the rink, which is what they need to do. But especially now, they just need to keep going as they were, because if they take the foot off the gas, they're just going to get goals against them and they're going to be chasing the lead again.
But indeed, Ruby Newlands steals a puck back, finds Becky Castle-Wood. Caitlin Stocks over to Jade Cheeto. Emma Lamberton tips it on and Becky will skate after it. You could just hear the subtle skating sounds as Becky teared down on goal there. Trying to make up that ice.
That's it. It's when metal meets ice. That sound just sends shivers through your spine.
Yeah. We'll get a face-off then to the right of what is Georgia Ashton's goal as she's looking at it. Ishbel Wright looks to push out, kept inside by Caitlin Morrison, and then Dee Lester looking to advance now. Puck almost getting away from her. Poke check from Vicky Smith. Ishbel Wright gets a shot on net, turned aside by Sam Bolwell. Puck over on the far side. Emily Luck works it over to Caitlin Morrison. Amanda McWilliams, rink-wide pass. Jess Bridger just out of her reach, but it's cleared by Vicky Smith. Stolen back by Gemma Wallace, who advances. Puck getting caught up under the official skates there. And puck continues to advance up the ice. Cleared by Jess Bridger. Banked off the boards. And then Katie Marsden once more. Good hands from her. Back to Gemma Wallace, who sends it around towards Clara Ashton beyond the back of the net. Set up from Gretzky's office, but it sails through and away by Amanda McWilliams. 11:28 left in the game, then a 6-3 Beacons lead. Katie Marsden still in control, puts it over onto the far side. Emily Luck goes with her, but a quick turn from Katie opens up the shooting opportunity. Then tried the attempted wraparound. I think it was Clara Ashton who actually had the effort. This was a heavy collision into the boards, and two players went down there, one from each side. And then Emily Luck will gather, stretch pass. It's tipped back out by Lizzie Saunders, but importantly for the Diamonds, they keep hold of possession. This has been a good prolonged spell by the Diamonds as they look to build something and take the game back to the Beacons. They have to, they're 3 goals down, so they're trying to work themselves back into it. Claire Turnbull brought down with a challenge, but it was a fair one from Mia Forbes. And then brought forward by Caitlin Morrison, who dumps in into the corner. 10:30 to go. Still a 6-3 lead to the Beacons then. Abby Coulshaw almost stole in there. Good work by Jazz Little to tie the puck back up. Danny Newlove, I think it is, who's gone in there as well, just to help out. Puck comes loose, it's to the Beacons and to Casey Trail, just out of her reach, and then ease off the puck there by, I think it was Mia Forbes, indeed it was, who did well there to put the senior GB international off her stride. Nice pass into the, nice centering pass, I should say, by Forbes to Fulbourn, but picked off by Steph Towns. Abby Coulshaw delays. It's a nice pass to Casey Trail, who's having to fend off Helen Emerson. She's tied her up. Casey's saying there's got to be a call. As that was a clear and obvious penalty for me.
And the exact same thing they just got a call for, that was symmetrical. Pretty much symmetrical, and the referee might as well have just gone to the cafe to get a coffee there.
Do you think part of that is because the Beacons have got a 3-goal lead, why it wasn't given, maybe?
Well, that's so. If the 10 goals or 10 goals in front or 2 goals behind, it doesn't matter. Yeah, a penalty is a penalty, and then now we're just going to get a goal. No, we're not.
Emma Lamberton found herself in the low slot there, but good hands from her. But yeah, I mean, the Diamonds player was all over Casey there like a cheap suit, wasn't she?
Well, Casey couldn't free that other hand. She was only playing the puck with one hand there, and it's like that drive all the way to the net. She should have been able to, free that hand up, but that other player had her stick under her arm and tied up that hand, so she couldn't do a thing.
Yeah, we're all in agreement, folks. That should have been a penalty to the Beacons, but never mind. The game continues. 8:28 to go. Stocks over to Becky Castlewood. Beacons with some good possession in the neutral zone, and it will be chased down by Emma Lamberton, who's had a very solid and strong opening game for the Beacons. Puck comes through, just out of this reach of Steph Towns, will be covered up by Georgia Ashton, but the Beacons get an offensive zone face-off with 8:08 to go. But again, not a nice response from the Beacons, who've shook off that disappointment not getting the penalty by going back on the attack.
Well, they regained their sense of urgency there to say, hey, let's shake our heads and get in this game. So they're putting the pressure on, but like Connor was just saying there now, you're getting into the zone, the pucks come over the top, and there's 3 of them right there, but nobody's talking. And that's what they need to do in these critical areas, talk.
Yeah, as the puck goes into the corner, it's Abby Coulshaw who will battle with Lizzie Saunders, and a second Diamonds player, it was Jazz Little. Puck comes across. Nikki Smith trying to prevent Katie Marsden from breaking out, which he does. Steph Towns works it to Claire Turnbull, but it's poked clear by Grace Cooper. Now Katie Marsden will control down the left wing side. It's a shot off, gloved by Sam Bolwell. She'll hold on and will get a face off in the Beacon zone. But I mean, good breakout by Katie, but I think the Beacons restricted her on that left wing side to not really get a fierce shot off.
No, couldn't get a really clear shot off, but the players now are coming. Like you say, they've stepped it back up, and they're playing how they were in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the period. They're using the legs and they're using the full width of the ice, and they're making the puck do the work, which is ideally how you want to go. But they just need to make sure that they're keeping their eyes peeled, and they're making sure that when the passes are coming through the centre, and there is that chip there to the centre man who's burning through the middle. If there's 1D there, get that pass chips there, burn with him, and then you've got a 2-on-1, which is what we've proved. We've got 2 goals from already today from.
Yeah, it's played forward by Katie Payton. Forward to Mia Forbes. She'll delay, and then that was nice Sands from her. Millie Fulbourn just straddling that blue line to make sure she wasn't offside, and then a nice pass back towards the crease by Danny Newlove. This second line working well for the Diamonds, and then a couple of efforts before Millie eventually got that one on target, but persistence there from Millie, forcing Sam Bolwell for the save.
Wow, this is again where they're not talking. That player just standing there alone and able to get 2 shots on net. That shouldn't be happening, but it was like trying to regroup and get into those coverage positions. They didn't know where to go, so a good thing Sam's on her game. So.
Yeah, absolutely. As the puck behind the back of the net now will be controlled by the Beacons and Jade Cheeto, and put under pressure by Danny Newlove. Puck over on this near side. controlled by B. Leicester. Stretch pass out of the D by Ruby Nunes is closed down by the Diamonds and Clara Ashton. Hard-working player who has played for the Altrincham Aces over the years. Controlled by Emma Lamberton. The number 63, Connor, who plays for Diamonds, Clara Ashton, I'm sure you would have come up against her over the years, plays for Altrincham as well in the men's league.
Yes, I do believe so. And she's really annoying. Because she's, in a good way, yeah. Not annoying as a person because I've never really spoke to her apart from on the ice. But she's one of those annoying players that you can never really pin down and you kind of forget about a little bit. But always gets in the areas where it's important. And then when you're kind of not paying attention to the player, there's a better player that's got the puck or there's better players that are making the plays. She kind of goes unnoticed a little bit. And it's like a little secret decoy. She goes to the net. Concentrating on the player that's happening or being made, and then suddenly the pass goes to her and she's there and she gets it in the net, and it's really annoying because you just cancel her out because she's just over there on her own. But yeah, she's a little sneaky one and she tends to get a fair few goals in the men's leagues.
Yeah, has played for the Altrincham Aces for a few years now, alongside the likes of Sarah Hutchinson and Grace Garbutt. And we wish Grace all the best of luck with her new career out in Austria. Shot comes in, that's going to be covered up by Sam Bolwell, 5:08 to go. And we'll get a face-off over on the far side. Ishbel Wright will take the draw then for the Diamonds, up against Jess Bridger. Shot come in from Kate Taylor, big rebound coming in as players, took each other out there. But it worked to the Beacon's advantage because they got it away. And it's controlled by Lizzie Saunders, I think. Hemon Emerson even, who's back there. Ishbel Wright over on the far side. Melissa Veal helps it on. Back to Vicky Smith for the Beacons. Banks it off the boards. Then over onto that far side. Diamonds regain possession with 4:40 to go. Nice hands by Casey Trail as she looks to advance once again. She's on a mission for a goal today, and she goes again. She scored! Pure persistence there by Casey Trail, who tied the whole of the Diamonds team up in knots. I mean, where do you start trying to explain that goal?
Well, I was going to ask earlier, do you think Casey's tired from playing for the Buccaneers last night? But I don't think she is. She picked that to perfection, that shot. Wow.
I bet you're glad you retired now, so you don't have to face her for the Buccaneers, aren't you?
Oh, I'd still give her a run for her money. But I'll tell you what, that was some good hockey there. There was some nice work with the hands. Beautiful toe drag. Really good movement. Pulling the D, and then that finish is back. You don't get better than Bardowski. That when that puck rings that iron and it goes in, you know you've scored a good goal.
Yeah,
that's her with two hands on her stick, right? I mean, that played before.
Yeah. 2 hands on your stick, she could finish. I mean, I'm not just sure, the referee, but she could have got another one of those. She could be on 2 of those.
She could, yeah. Fantastic finish. Took it round 3 or 4 of the Diamonds players before finishing, but some lovely moves and a full set of skill there as Steph Towns gets in. I'll come back to that thought in a second, but Steph Towns working herself into a good position. Opted to go high, but it's a good save by Georgia Ashton with 3:58. But I mean, Beacon's really going for it right here. They're not resting on the laurels. There's a 4-goal advantage, but looking to add to the tally, aren't they?
Yeah, they need to set a precedence now. This is the first game of the season opener. First period jitters are out of the way, so now set a bar for the rest of the league, just to say, right, look, we're here, we've got a new team, we've reconfigured over the summer, this is what we can do, watch out. That is what you need to do this first game of the season. Your first game of the season needs to be, bang, this is what we can do, this is what we're capable of, be aware when we come to your rink.
Puts down a marker, doesn't it? And I mean, maybe the criticism in the last 2, as that one just gets stopped there by Sam, but the previous 2 seasons they've had in the women's top flight, they've got off to a slow start. It was mid-November, but I think when they got their first win last season. So, I mean, I think it's safe to say we're 3:35 to go. But Beacon should be got this one in the bag. But, I mean, just a great start, isn't it, for them?
Absolutely. This is a great game to define themselves, you know, because everybody has contributed on the bench. So, I mean, they look good.
Yeah, so three balanced lines as well, you'd say.
I'd say so, yeah. I'd say especially the third line. Your third line in hockey, you know, you probably not got your most talented players on, but your third line is your grafting line. You want them to work hard, you want them to work the corners, you want them to ideally line match their first line to tire them out. You know, get the first line skating, get their first line tired. They all seem to be working really well together at the moment, and not taking anything away from Hull. I think Hull have had a pretty good game, but there's just areas of their game where they should have probably sharpened up a bit and been able to do it. But again, there's Sam in that as well, so she's kind of been helping that, because the shots on goal are still showing at the moment in Kingston's favour. So if that's saying anything, it's not the goal scorer's capability, it's the person in the net.
Yeah, she has faced a lot of rubber and, well, acquitted herself well, as you'd imagine. Oh, that one always creeps in as it rolls along the sides of Georgia Ashton's pads, but doesn't quite go in. It come off the toe in the end and away. Becky Castlewood almost being brought down, but Diamond's looking to get a break on here with Lizzie Saunders. Gets in behind Caitlin Morrison. Fierce cut back now to Emma Lamberton, who will go the other way. 2.5 minutes to go. Still with Emma Lamberton. Gets a shot off. That one as it crept behind, but a bit of a quick look there from Georgia Ashton, wasn't there, just to check it hadn't crept behind.
Yeah, dig to the whistle there. If that puck's loose in that crease and that keeper doesn't know where it is, you know, be a snowplow, dig, keep going until that whistle blows. That's not your keeper, it don't matter.
Third line back out there then, and Amanda McWilliams. It's crowded out by three Diamonds players as they look to counter. And into the corner now with Kate Taylor. And tied up a little bit. The puck's just about being worked loose, I think, and it's Emily Luck who gets it away to the point. Helen Emerson helps it back round the other way, but Amanda McWilliams helping to push the Beacons back out the zone inside the final 2 minutes now. Helen Emerson will switch the play out wide left. Now Mia Forbes collects and has got time to motor forward as she does so well. Rides one challenge of Jay Cheeto and hits the underside of a goal frame and come back out. That might have just took some of the paint off them brand new goals there, but it was a fiercely driven effort as the shot comes in. B. Lester it was who took a tumble as she got the shot off. Mia Forbes will absolutely laser beam that one, but she's got such a strong release on that shot, Carl, hasn't she?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we heard the sound off that bar, that crossbar from up here, and I mean, yeah, that's a great shot. They're lucky Beacons are lucky they didn't score on that.
I mean, she couldn't hit it much more perfect, could she?
No, not really. I mean, we're upstairs with the chocolate and the cookies up there. You know, that were some top cheese. That, but the way that Mia and Marsden are playing, the leaps and bounds above, you know, the rest of the team, because they can carry the puck, they can move the puck, they can skate with it really well. They've got confidence behind themselves. They go to the right areas, and they both prove that they can shoot the puck as well. Right there, that was a right-handed shooter on the right-hand side of the net and managed to get it fully across Sam and up to the far side. I mean, you've got to be a decent shooter to be able to do that. It's a hard shot to make.
Past four players. I mean, let's face it, it was 1-on-4 there, and she still got that shot off.
Walking through like it was just a steady stroll on a Sunday, wasn't she?
Yeah, of course they are missing Kiana Tate today, the Diamonds, and she adds a lot of steel to that top line as well. And I think they've missed her. Certainly. As the puck comes back out to Mia Forbes, nicely executed there by Mia. Looked to cut back inside, but again, such a great talent. And now to Steph Towns, who cuts inside, back forehand to backhand. Could she finish? Oh, that's a good save by Georgia Ashton. 47 seconds to go. And a quick apology as well, because he obviously looked to try and put that rebound home, but good save that by Georgia.
Yeah, she was there. I mean, again, it was a one-on-one, and it's like, you know, you're doing whatever you can to get in front of that shot. And Steph was obviously looking for her sweet spot there. Came close, no question about it.
There's no love lost there. You don't need to apologise.
Fair game when the puck's loose.
Fair game when the puck's loose. You know, every team does it. You don't like it done into your keeper, but when the puck can go in the other net, she'll do anything to get that black thing across that red line.
Indeed, yeah. The puck's behind the back of the net now. Diamond's forced a turnover, gets the shot off. But Sam had it covered, tempted wrap around perhaps from Lizzie Saunders, but comes back loose. And Steph Towns, who hasn't scored today, I think he's looking to get on the score sheet. Coolshaw doing well. Last few seconds ticking down then as the Beacons are going to head towards victory, and we'll go joint top of the lead with the Solihull Vixens. So great start, and I mean, well, sum that one up if you can, Carl.
That was convincing, right? They came out here, they wanted to play hockey, and they wanted to have a good showing. And again, as we said before, all three lines contributed to this win. And I mean, that was a great team effort, great team win. Congratulations, ladies. Well done.
Thoughts on that, Connor?
Good game of hockey to watch, exciting game of hockey. On today's day, the Beacons were the better team. Not to take anything away from Hull. They had the moments, they had a good game. Certain players played well, and I feel as though that it was a pretty evenly matched game in the first period, but then Beacons just stepped it up and Hull couldn't match it. It's as simple as that. I mean, there's been a few outstanding performances for the Beacons today, especially. It's going to be a pretty tricky one for a man of the match, isn't it? Really?
It leads me on to, I would normally say who we get player of the game for both sides. Any names that crossed your mind?
I'm going to go Sam for goalie for the Beacons, and it's either Forbes or the other forward. Yes, exactly.
For Hull, I'd probably go. It's a toss between the two. I can't really call it. I'd say Forbes or Marsden. They both played fantastic. Now the Beacons is slightly biased for me, slightly only. I think, in all honesty, I can't really call it. I think Sam had a fantastic game. I think Abby's had a fantastic game, and I think Casey's had a belter of a game in this second and third period. First period she was kind of asleep a bit, but then walked the dragon up there and she was firing on all cylinders. So yeah, I'd say it's between them three. I mean, Ruby as well. Ruby had a fantastic game, but just couldn't get things working for her in the third period. So I'd say it's a contention of form, really. Whoever's picking it, good luck.
Yeah, Ruby got the scoring underway, of course, and a special shout out as well, really, to the four girls who made their debut. Emma Lamberton went close to getting a goal, but her overall play was fantastic. Jess Bridger did get her goal on her debut. She does kind of guarantee you goals in every game, and she did that on the third line. Jay Cheeto on defence, along with 14-year-old Heidi Dunn, who managed to keep a couple of GB internationals quiet today. So all in all, four outstanding debuts, wasn't it?
Well, that's the thing, and I mean, it's looking forward through the rest of the season, how this team is going to grow and gel even more, and that's an exciting thing to think about. So I can't wait to see, halfway through the season.
Obviously, there's still some pre-existing chemistry there from players that have played together for a couple of seasons or whatever, or played together for all their lives. We don't know, but especially the newbies have done extremely well there. And then now here we go.
So it has gone to Kate Taylor, is it? No, sorry, yes, Clara Ashton, 63. Yeah, 63. Yeah, Clara Ashton. And for the Beacons, goes to Heidi Dunn on her debut. Yeah, that's a popular decision, I think. And I mean, what a way to start your senior career.
Well done again, making your presence known, and that's it. Our 14-year-old, yeah.
Has hockey in her blood. Both sides of her family. On her father's side of her family play, and then of course her cousin Evie Tyndale, who's going to make her debut later in the season. So this is good to see. It's a first real sign of the Beacons production line coming from the 16s to have one of their own homegrown players come in to the Elite League team. So we hope that's the first of many, and very well done to Heidi and as well to Clara for the Diamonds. These two sides meet again next week down in Hull, so it'll be interesting to see how the Diamonds bounce back for that one, so please do tune in for that one. That one's going to be on the Diamonds Facebook page, so please do tune in for that one. But in the meantime, I'd like to thank both Carl and Connor for joining me for this one.
Thanks for having me. Great to be back. Yay hockey.
Thank you and good night.